Kia ora koutou, ko Angela Caves toko ingoa, no mai haere mai. Welcome to the Waikato Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. My name's Angela Caves and I'm the Digital Events Manager with Digital Boost. It's my pleasure to be hosting you this afternoon. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us, and it's wonderful to have you here. Welcome to our audience who have joined us in the webinar, and a warm welcome to those who are joining via live stream on Facebook, LinkedIn or YouTube. The conference sessions are being recorded and they will be uploaded to YouTube for post-event viewing. A link for this is going to be distributed out to all registered attendees. We are into session 6 of our conference, where we're going to be joined by Sue from the Thames Business Association. Before I introduce Sue, I just want to let you know, our audience in the webinar, that you can see and hear us, but we cannot see nor hear you. So if you do want to interact with us, please use the chat functionality or the Q&A functionality, where my collaborating partner, Craig from Connected, will be keeping an eye on those questions. And we'll collate those questions and present them to Sue towards the end of our session. Your chats will only be seen by the hosts and panelists here. They won't be seen by other audience members, and you can submit your questions anonymously through the Q&A function if you prefer. It is now my pleasure to welcome Sue Lewis-O'Halloran. She is the Chief Executive Officer with the Thames Business Association. Welcome, Sue. I'm just going to stop my screen share and so we can get your presentation up.
I think we're almost there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Angela and Craig, and thank you for the amazing job you've done organizing this conference. Welcome, everyone. I'm Sue Lewis-O'Halloran, the Chief Executive Officer of the Thames Business Association, where every member matters. Our mantra is better business equals stronger community, and we practice that every single day. Just a little bit of background about the association. It's a nonprofit founded in 2018. It's volunteer driven. I am the only staff member. And our job is to make a positive difference, impact on the businesses of Thames and the area and the community itself. We cover the entire Thames ward from Timata in the north to Hikataya in the south. I'm just going to move. Our vision is a big one. We envision a vibrant and strong business community that collaborates successfully, is connected to opportunities, shares knowledge, and is well supported by its local community. This is who we are. And our purpose is to develop a cohesive business community to drive positive social and economic outcomes. Our belief is that when our businesses thrive, our entire community benefits. We have 6 strategic objectives: membership, advocacy, communications, infrastructure, financial sustainability, and community enhancement. All of these matter to us, and we're going to explain why they do matter to our members. We're particularly proud of the work we're doing in advocacy at the current time, and I'll tell you a few stories about that shortly. Our core values are professionalism, promoting best practice, collaboration, working cooperatively and being inclusive, transparency, being open and forthright, and positivity, being optimistic, enthusiastic at all times, even when times are tough. Our key attributes that reflect the way in which we work with our stakeholders include building strong and collaborative relationships, engaging with and advocating for our members, enhancing our community, and affecting positive change. My whole career has been in the not-for-profit sector, so I am a relationship builder. It's just in my DNA. The work we do. We have a networking program and we have training opportunities. Our networking varies, and as you know, we've been through a tough time with COVID. So some of these events have not been able to take place as normal. However, we're hoping to get back to them. We're starting to get back to them now. Our breakfast and lunch programs, we had been running these monthly and they're about to start again. And we feature keynote speakers, and the keynote speakers are other members who want to share what they're doing and how they're doing it and the challenges and opportunities. We also have business tips, and everyone has an opportunity to share their challenges or successes. It's turned out to be a really successful way of connecting businesses who might not normally meet each other in the course of their daily work. So it's been quite successful. Business After 5, we call it BA5, is run monthly every second Tuesday, and it's hosted by a local business, and it's presented by MediaWorks, More FM station, and we connect with them. They work very closely with the Thames Business Association to ensure that all of our members are included and invited. The Careers and Employers Expo is run annually in mid-August. We had to cancel it in 2020, the day it was to open. Then we had to cancel it in 2021, about 3 days before it was to open. However, this year we managed to pull it off. We had 1,000 students, school leavers and adult job seekers from the Thames, Coromandel, Hauraki, and Matamata Pieko districts who were interested in training and or working in your business or doing apprenticeships. We hosted 8 schools and 45 exhibitors, which included local businesses, NGOs, and government organizations. I have to say it was really successful. We were thrilled because you never know when you've had to cancel something twice if it's really going to go off the third time. We have training and development opportunities for our members, which are part of their membership. The Digital Boost program, which we're really excited about, and I noticed there's another session, I believe it's tomorrow afternoon. So if you can watch it, I'd suggest you do. We will be presenting 15 candidates to participate in this. And we've got the facilitator lined up, and we're really delighted to be able to offer this to our membership because we do believe it will really help many businesses, if not all, to grow. And it's just another piece of information and expertise in everybody's toolbox, and we can all use that. We've run lunch and learn sessions, which are very informal, and they allow people to come and listen to an expert in a particular field. We hope to start those up again. They're only an hour long. People bring their own lunch, and we usually have them at the Civic Center in the committee room. We did start our mentoring program, and that is a case of basically having someone who's willing to put their hand up and mentor. And we've had 2 recent successes with that. One in hospitality, where the individual was just learning her business and needed expertise in both the hospitality end of things, but also assistance with the admin, the bill paying, etc. And we've done our best to help her. So I want to talk specifically now about our advocacy program. I would have to say, of all the things we do, I would say, I believe it's the most important thing we're doing, is when a member comes to us with an issue, we endeavor to solve it. Sometimes that means making a phone call to council. Sometimes that means meeting with council and having a fairly robust discussion. Sometimes it's just helping them navigate all the rules and regulations. That doesn't mean the TBA knows all the rules and regulations, but we do know who to call, and we are really strong advocates for our members. And I think in the last year, we've probably only had one of our advocacy projects that didn't get across the line for very valid reasons, and we needed a little education from council on that particular issue as well. We also, so we help individual businesses, but I want to tell you about probably the most important one we've done, and that's the Kopu Marine Precinct Project. It received provincial growth funding in, I think, right in the middle of COVID, sort of 2020. And I remember when Winston Peters came and we were given $8.2 million to run the project, and it was all wonderful. And then it ran into delays due to COVID and all kinds of issues, including an issue with the EPA. So we got that part across the line by pulling together a number of members who were actively involved in getting this project across the line, and were really, really keen to see it happen. And we found, did some homework, and we were able to overcome that hiccup. Then we ran into serious cost overruns, and council said, you know, it was in danger of being canceled or being greatly diminished. And we said, well, neither of those things is palatable to us. So we are going to see if we can make this happen. And so we pulled together, and we were quite clear with council, because we're not always on their side. And we just said, listen, this is vitally important to the economy of Thames, the Thames ward, the district, and it's of regional significance. So we did a letter writing campaign to the councillors, and we put together a very senior strategy team, small in number, but mighty in influence. And they were willing to work with us and talk strategy, and to phone or meet with the councillors right around the entire district. The result being that when it went to a vote to approve over $4.08 million, I believe it was, of additional funding needed, that it got across the line with a unanimous vote. And we had also received additional support from Thames Community Board. So it's now going to proceed as consented and permitted. And that's exactly what we aim for. I can tell you it was really hard work. We were hugely excited when this happened. This morning I met with the head of economic development, and we talked about tearing up Pullen Street, which is the longest street of its kind in New Zealand. And that because they have to redo the infrastructure under the road, it's very aged. And so we said, okay, but you can't do the whole street at once, because we've seen what's happened in other communities when that has taken place. So we're pushing for a staged block by block upgrade. And we will push and make sure that council meets with the retailers to reduce the impact and upheaval. We've watched what's happened in other towns, and you simply cannot close a main street in a small town for 2 years and expect people to survive. So on to members forums. We just recently we've had one on an issue called the Create the Vibe, which was a Mary Street project that didn't go quite according to plan. And we worked with council on trying to not necessarily fix it, but open communication lines and be much more effective in our communication. And we made some success. We're not quite there yet, but we are continuing to work with council to try and mitigate this issue. The local body elections are coming up in mid-October, and we decided that we would like to host a candidates forum for our members and other interested parties. So we did it on Saturday at the Civic Center. We had over 150 people come to meet the 7 mayoral candidates, the 7 candidates for Thames Ward Councillor, the 8 candidates for Thames Community Board, and the 2 for the Waikato Regional Council. It was pretty successful, I would say. We've had very good feedback, and we were fortunate that a local radio station live streamed it on Facebook, and it has since had, I think we're over 7,000 views. Our other major issue as a business association and as a town is crime. And crime is on the increase. We've done surveys on it, and we want to put together a forum and come up with solutions to protect our community. We work closely with the police. It's not always easy. A lot of the ram raids are taking place and are they are the work of people from outside Thames, almost every single one of them. One of the things we've done to help reduce crime is we funded through some very philanthropic companies and granting bodies, we funded an automatic number plate recognition camera, which catches stolen cars and stolen number plates. And that's been really successful, actually. So talking about, or next thing I want to talk about is how do we communicate with our members? There's a lot of people we need to reach. At the start of COVID, we did a support local campaign, which has continued to be very successful, and people still have the signs in their retail outlets. And that was to encourage people to support local businesses. It wasn't always easy to do, but it worked well. And our businesses, in fact, Thames for a very long time, and even today has one of the lowest vacancy rates in the retail sector in all of New Zealand. We have something called 5 Bullet Friday, and I've been here for a little over 2 years, and I took it on about 1.5 years ago. And it's a fortnightly bulletin, and we produce 5 bullets in it, and that's why it's called 5 Bullet Friday. It highlights issues and events. We have an average open rate now of over 60%, and when I started, it was at about 35%, which is the average for our peers' similar publications. Our click rate is 8% versus the average of 6%. So we are reaching a lot of people. We also notice through our reports that these 5 Bullet Fridays are now being shared within entire companies. So it's going to all the staff so they know what we're doing and what's happening in the business community, and often what's happening at council. We do member surveys, and they're very, very helpful. We did one before the long-term plan last year, the district's long-term plan, and found that, of course, housing is our biggest issue, and people are having difficulty hiring good staff because there's no place for them to live. And we pushed that through to our submission on the long-term plan, and we did get some good uptake on it, but these things, as you know, take time. We also have a Facebook page, Thames Business Association, and where we promote events of our own events and our members' events, and we provide business news when somebody's had a particular success, etc. We have media partnerships with MediaWorks, particularly More FM, and we do fortnightly interviews on their breakfast show. We also work with CFM Coromandel, often on special events. And the Valley Profile is a very, very good print partner of ours. We've introduced something called BizWatch, and it's a really successful program. And I'm being asked from other business associations how to implement this. What it is, it's a free and private WhatsApp program where you set it up on your phone, and if you have a criminal activity in your business, you can share it immediately with other people and other members on the BizWatch program. A prime example was a couple of weeks ago, a woman came into a local retailer and selling avocados, only she was actually really there to steal things. And when the owner of the store realized it, he immediately posted on WhatsApp the BizWatch program, and she showed up in the door of another retailer in the next block. And the woman had just seen the notification, so she did not welcome her into her store. We also have a website. It's still in, I have to say, somewhat development stages because we're sometimes resource poor, but it has a members login and a directory. We can do online processing of payments and membership applications. You can download your membership application from there. Once you're a member, we have hyperlinks to your website. We'll even create a page for you if you need it, and you can register for events on there. We're setting up a jobs board, and we also have a chat room. So we do our best to reach out to our members as quickly as we can and as often. Community enhancement. We developed a small steps project just after I started, which was to try and tidy up our main street. And we worked with local people to encourage that. And we made some strides. What our main street needs is really a real tidy up at the council level, but we're making progress. So our community enhancement includes the Careers and Employers Expo, which we just had, Repco Beach Hop, which we are co-hosting. It's coming here shortly. And in November, I think it's November 24th, we did it a couple of years ago. It was hugely successful. It brought a lot of people into the town, and our hospitality businesses and retailers said it was some of the best days they'd had in a very long time. We do a Santa parade and Santa dash. And this year we were collaborating. We weren't able to do a Santa parade last year. We did some initiatives in the Create the Vibe on Mary Street instead, and brought Santa Claus there. But this year we're going to do the whole thing. And then we're going to collaborate with a local school, Thames South School, for an after party involving all the schools, all the floats, entertainment, Kai, and awards. We'll have a really nice awards presentation. The other thing that we're really excited about is our Port Park project. A philanthropic couple has come to us and is giving a very significant amount of money to rebuild or to redesign the existing park at Port Park, which is near Goldfields Mall in Thames. And a destination playground is a completely different place than a regular playground, and they're providing the funding, the bulk of the funding, and we are raising the rest. So we have a full engagement program with the schools, the community, and the businesses. The other thing is they are going to build a changing places toilet facility, which is actually for people who are disabled and cannot use the regular accessible toilets. And these are, I call this the Rolls Royce bathroom for people who need it, because it contains a lift, it has a shower, it has a change table, the sink raises and lowers. It's really outstanding. And I believe ours will be the 6th in New Zealand. But what's special too about this whole Port Park project is that we'll be the first smaller town to have a destination playground. And we believe that it will help Thames move from being known as the gateway to becoming much more of a destination. So we have lots of testimonials. I'm not going to read them all. The one over the Kopu Marine project was probably one of the most exciting to receive, but also from individual members. So we're able to advocate effectively for our membership, whether it's a big company, a big infrastructure project, or an individual business. We can progress things for them in most instances, and they see us as a credible organization that connects them to others. So the bottom line is we are the voice for businesses in this Thames Ward area, and we are their biggest and best advocate. And it really is exciting to see a business start to thrive when they've really struggled, and we've been able to help them. We can't fix everything, but we really believe that we can help our businesses progress by removing roadblocks, helping them with counsel, etc. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say about the Thames Business Association. We have a small membership fee and we invite people to join. We have 4 membership categories: corporate, sole proprietor, NGO, community organizations, they're pretty much one and the same, and associate members, which is a new category we just brought across the board at our AGM, so that people who do work in the district, in this area in the ward, but don't have a business address can still be associate members of the TBA. So I think that's probably all I wanted to share with you, but I hope I've got across the point that every member matters.
Thank you, Sue. That was really, really well done. Thanks. A lot of information there. Just have a few questions, if that's okay.
Of course.
Oh, excellent. You were just talking about membership before, recently. What is the cost for a membership? I know you gave the tiers.
The cost for a corporate membership is $200 plus GIST.
Okay.
A sole proprietor, and this is an annual cost fee. A sole proprietor is 100 plus GIST, and community organizations are 50, and associates are 50. It's a pretty minimal fee.
Cool. Yeah. Just another question. How is the TBA, Thames Business Association, funded?
Well, the first 2-3 years it was funded through a startup fund coming from the council, which enabled it to function. And then the funding ended. So we are funded primarily by grants, by membership fees, and by developing a really strong diversified revenue program. Currently, we've just received a very major grant from Trust Waikato so that I can oversee the Port Park Playground project and deliver that community engagement piece. But we're always struggling. I mean, it's typical of not-for-profits. We're not alone.
That sounds really interesting, hearing about the Port Park project. Is there just a little more information you can give us about that, or?
Well, yes, I can, Craig. We just had a meeting yesterday. We're just developing the schools program. All the schools will be involved, and they'll be invited to tell us which equipment they prefer. We can't guarantee we'll get it for them, but the one that seems to be the most popular is the Flying Fox. We had to reincorporate that into the design because it wasn't in the original, draft design, we call it. We want buy-in from the schools. There's going to be a competition with each year in each school where they are going to submit drawings of what they think a destination playground is. And then we're going to have a competition, and the winners will get to be the first to use the park when it officially opens, which we hope will be in probably March, April next year. The other thing that I can tell you that's truly exciting is we're working with Ngāti Maru, local iwi, and they have been just amazing with educating us about the importance of stories and pathways, and we're incorporating much of their knowledge into that. And they're also going to help with the flax weaving and setting up the flax planting. And finally, there's a bespoke piece being developed that's coming from France. And I can tell you that the few people who have seen it have just still can't get over it. The beauty is that we're building so much accessible equipment for people who are less able-bodied, and it will be for all ages and stages. And it's really wonderful to know that this is a playground that everybody can enjoy.
Cool. Thank you very much for that. Really interesting information. I'll just hand that back over to Angela, who has a few more words.
Thanks, Craig. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, that's super exciting for the Thames district, and I really do hope, with the development of the park project that does drive more people into the district, and that helps our business community thrive and grow. So wonderful that they've got yourself there, Sue, and the Thames Business Association to support all of that mahi. So well done, and thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Well, thank you for making this possible. We were really honored to be part of this, Angela. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. For our attendees who have joined us live stream or in the webinar, if you do happen to go on and in a few months you think, oh, I remember I really wanted to be part of the Thames Business Association, because I think it's really wonderful that you've kind of opened up your membership for that associates, for those who do business in the district but don't necessarily have a business address in there. And perhaps our audience might do that in a few months, but may not know how to get in touch with you. This is what Connected is all about. So Connected is there to be that conduit of connection. Craig will be able to help you get in touch with Sue and help facilitate those relationships as well, as alongside all the other relationships that we've got with the organisations joining us in this conference. So I've got Craig's details on the screen there. If you do need any support whatsoever, of course you can go directly to the Thames Business Association website, or you can catch up with Craig and he'll be able to support you. With regards to Digital Boost, we are here to support all small business on the digital transformation journey. We've got a learning platform and an excellent tool called Checkable. And with the launch of our competition that began yesterday, you can be in the draw to win up to $25,000 worth of prizes. So we've got digital marketing, we've got brand new office equipment, software packages, business mentoring as part of this fabulous competition. I'm going to just drop a link in now for you all so that if you are not a current Digital Boost member, you can sign up to our platform free, watch 2 videos, and some of our videos are only 2 or 3 minutes long, so it's not going to be hugely time intensive. So just watch a couple of videos between now and the 9th of October and you will be in the draw to win that prize. If you're an existing member, log into your dashboard, watch 2 videos, and you're automatically in the draw. So we'd love to see as many of you entered into that draw as possible. I do realise we've run a little bit over time, so thank you so much, everybody, for your perseverance. It's been wonderful to bring you the session this afternoon, and I do hope to see you in future sessions as well. Thanks again, Sue, and thank you, Craig. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Thanks,
Kia ora.
Angela. Bye-bye.
Bye.